All right, I think we are live. And yes, it looks like things are actually working this time. Fantastic. All right, then. Let me post this real quick, and then we will get started with the game. All right, how's everyone doing out there? Don't know if anyone's joined in just yet or not. All right. Looks like everything's actually coming in pretty well, which is kind of surprising. I just completely changed all of my settings for everything. So, yeah. This is surprisingly low on bugs by the look of it. So if anything does come up and you find that there's any problems with the stream, please let me know. But in the meantime, we are going to try to not do anywhere near as badly as last time, because last stream, if you joined in, was absolutely awful as far as the record goes anyway. But this time, we'll see if we can get to that first queue and start some Joukyuu games. All right. Good evening, Kelrak. How are you doing? Oh, 2 1800s in this game. Wow. Good, good. I'm just glad you can hear me. I would have assumed that I would have messed something up with this new streaming setup, but turns out when you stop using OBS, there are actually better programs out there. It's kind of crazy. This looks like a fantastic Chanta hand. Almost makes me regret discarding the South on the first discard. European Riichi Mahjong, you mean? Is that what you're talking about? Hey, Doodoo. How's it going? Good deal. I'm glad it's working for everyone. So apparently, I recommend Prism if anyone is looking for a new client to stream from, because it is actually way easier to set up. Sure. RCR. I'm not familiar with that one. What's different about it? Yeah, I guess it's fine. Lamenting the south wind pair, but I don't think it would have really done anything. And here the one is completely live, so we probably just discard that, even though it's a little bit less safe. Like, these ones look fantastic. Oh, I see. Okay. So EMA, basically. That's fair. Do they just not call it EMA anymore? Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I've played EMA rules. Nice. 5,200. Or wait, what did I do wrong? I can't do math. That's the problem. We'll take 2,600 though. Apparently I'm paying too much attention to stream settings now. What is this? Like, this is just such a weird block right here. I want to discard the 9 so, but it could be Sanshoku. Hey, as far as I know, when I played, oh, of course, when I played in Ireland last year, they were still calling it EMA, but I might have just been horribly out of touch, to be fair. Hmm. Well, I guess that's the reason we hold on to it there. Is this going to be another Chanta hand? This one could be insane. Chanta Sanshoku Ipeko. If we draw... Like, honestly, there's probably just no reason not to go for it here. Yeah. I have played in the Irish Open Championship twice. Once was last year. Once was a few years back. So here we probably go north, north, and open our hand. Oh, guess not. Never mind. All right, then. What do we have this time? We've got one Dora and a bunch of pairs. Yeah, thank you. I do travel a good bit, and the Ireland one, I've probably told this story like 300 times, so I apologize if you've heard it before. But my wife knows that I travel for tournaments and everything, and I was just joking around. I was like, oh yeah, I'm just going to pop over to Ireland for the weekend and go to this other tournament I heard about for their very first one. And she didn't realize I was joking at first. She thought I was actually going to do this because I'm crazy about Mahjong sometimes. And she's got this look in her eyes. Said, I want to go to Ireland. So, we decided, screw it. Let's go to Ireland. Made a nice little trip out of it and had a good time. And then I stayed around for a little bit longer and played Mahjong. I know the people in Ireland are pretty awesome, honestly. Wow. These draws, though. I guess the game wants me to go Chitoy, but it could still end up differently. I have no qualms about doming on the Dora. I guess that's the best one here, because now if we draw the 8, we're Tenpai as well. Not many 8s left, but, Exactly, right? And then I have like the entire week to get over the jet lag and everything, so I don't feel completely awful. It worked out really well. Especially since I won that first one, right? Yeah, that's fair, Doodoo. Why did I hold on to this west? That was probably a mistake. All right. This is just such a weird hand. I hate paired hens. Okay, so this is just Tenpai on the 8. So we Dama that, because there's only one left. And we hope to draw the 7 or the 9 to switch. I think that's the plan. It's such a weird hand. Exactly. If you lose, it's chance. If you win, it's skill. It's that easy. Hum. 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 I was about to get smacked there. Like, I really shouldn't be pushing like this, probably. But I kind of wanna. So I will. Like, it's just so unlikely the 8 comes out here. Yeah, because you look at that hand and, Ugh. But yeah, it's fine. I think we played that about as well as we could have. Maybe we should have built it a little bit differently here. I don't know. Hard to say. Without stopping and going back anyway. And obviously we're not doing that during a game. So, like, this hand is pretending to be Honitsu. Like, there's no way this ever actually ends up Honitsu, right? This is just Pinfu, and if I'm lucky, Itsu. But I don't think it's hard for it to turn to Itsu. I have to draw, like, 2 pin right here to be Itsu. Okay. Let's see then. All right. So with this hand, we don't really have this on Joukyuu chance. It really is just 2 pin that ends up on Itsu, right? If we draw the 6, we still have to discard the 1 pin, probably. The 6 pin, that is. And that's Tenpai. Suji Trap. This is a bad idea. Don't do this. Don't ever do this. If one hadn't just been discarded, it might be a little bit better. But there's 2 live right now. Like, this has got to be bad, right? There's no way this is the right play. Got him. And we hit the era to boot. Nice. See, that's why you never trust the Riichi Suji. Least trustworthy thing in existence. Why, thank you, Reed. I'm glad you're learning something. I could see that too, Kana. It's... I don't know. I think it might be in the nature of it as a gambling game, honestly. As opposed to chess is like deeply rooted in theory and whatnot. Like, yeah, you can do that with Mahjong, but people do stupid stuff like I just did, and it works out a lot. Well, shoot. Guess we take the safest discard here. The Riichi Suji Trap Tunky, obviously. It's the way to do it. Like, honestly, it might not be terrible if it had, like, a Dora or something else. But having no value in that hand, there's no way that was the right play. Say what you will, but I wouldn't buy it. Okay, we're just playing defense at the moment unless we find a path. But someone else found the path to the deal-in before us. That's okay. Reach Tanya. These starting hands have been really strange. Like, this hand's fine. We vaguely want to hold on to these 9s, though. It's really weird. Ah, yeah, of course. I always know that they're cutting from the Toitsu, right? The pair. So if you can read that they're cutting from the pair, then you know that obviously they're just going to discard it again, right? Easy. I just realized my camera's flipped. That's weird. Let's see if I can fix that real quick. Nope, that is not quite right. Give me just a moment, chat. Apparently I don't know the difference between vertical and horizontal. So that's a slight problem. There we go. Now I'm actually looking at the game when I'm looking at the game. It's crazy. Yeah, this is just a reach, right? Sure. 2 Dora, you got a Riichi, right? It's just how it is. Yeah, so like when I went to Prism, I imported everything, technically. But apparently a couple of the settings didn't import properly. So it is what it is. We'll fix them as we find them. Yeah, that's fair, Dudo. Like, it just doesn't feel as bad to lose Mahjong most of the time. Not always, but most of the time. Oh, jeez. At least it's Suchi Trap now. With not a lot of information out, it's likely someone discards this 3-pin, assuming I don't deal in first. Wait, prison? What? Oh, come on. Did I say something about prison and, like, completely space out about it? I mean, I think I went there on, like, a field trip in grade school or something. Prism. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, Kalrak. That's probably what it was. But yeah, it's a streaming client, if you're not familiar with it. I was using OBS, which is like the go-to one for everything. But Prism can do everything I was doing on OBS natively without using any plugins that cause tons of problems. So I don't even know if the plugins are what was causing the problems I was having, honestly, but I was done with OBS. It might actually be my webcam, honestly. I need to play with it a little bit more when I have more time. Okay, good draw. Probably want to discard that because I'd rather force integration of the Akka. If I draw the 8-pin, it's fine. But like if I draw the 7-mon, this is still fine, I think. I think it makes sense. Oh, okay. No, never be sorry for your bad jokes. I agree. Okay, so we're finding ourselves in 3rd at the moment. I'll stand behind that Riichi any day still, though. Maybe one of these days I get up to a higher rank and things change a little bit, but at least right now I think the aggressive play is completely fine. There's actually an argument to be made for pawning that, now that I look at it. But really I want to chi the 7 cell. That's good though. So what, we dropped the Dora here? A little bit unfortunate, but it's fine. Ugh, very unfortunate. But we do have another confirmed Ipeiko, which is something. Right as my hands start to get good, this always happens. What is going on right now? This guy's reaches are off the charts. All right. 2 Dora. I'm gonna start with this. I definitely don't like Honitsu as an option here. Because we have 2 Dora, we'd have to discard the value of the Honitsu to open and try to go for something. But we'll still hold on to all these for a minute to try to pair them, I think. Oh, interesting. So YouTube is giving me a bug. Is there any stutter or anything like that on the stream? Does anyone notice anything? Or long buffer times, anything like that? That's good. I think YouTube might just be spazzing then, which happens. I'm getting an error that says currently keyframes are not being set often enough, which is weird because I'd never changed any settings to do with any of that. But it's probably something with how I set up the stream. Like the one downside, I can't just link my... Exactly, Kalrak. I can't just link my account into Prism. I actually need to set up a separate channel to be able to do the second output at the same time. I want to open this hand. I want to open this hand so bad. It has so much value. I probably can now, like if I get the 7-pin Chi. Because then I can discard 7, 9. Yeah, that would work. I just need to find something to connect to the 6 first, though. Actually, this might be fine. I think it's fine. Let's do it. I'm sure I was in the middle of saying something, but I've completely forgotten what it was, and that's all right. I might end up in a weird situation where I have to discard this other door, though. Come on, just give me a 7-pin. That would have been good, though. Give me a 7-pin. I will complete the shape if it comes down to it. Ugh, I really don't want to, though. Okay, that's what I was hoping for, because the 5-so discard makes it more likely that the 6-so is going to come out. That's right, not discard, the pawn. So I think that was fine. It was just a little bit weird. I remember the one thing I do need to start doing more is shilling. Something like the stream, blah, 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 blah. And for mobile users, I can do something like double tap or something. I don't know. I never watched things on that. Yeah, exactly. I guess not quite a kabe, but I think I only saw 3 of them. But yeah, YouTube wants me to do more shilling to get people to interact with my stuff and all that stuff. I'm just not much of a shill. Yeah, exactly. 1 chance. Or as they say in Japan, 1 chance. And no, that's not a racist joke. I'm gonna do this. The question is what I do next, though. I kind of like this. And it feels weird. Like, this has the benefit of cutting off the Dora, making everyone kind of get rid of it here. But I don't like the potential for that weight to go badly. Yeah, so there's like tons of words in Japanese that are borrowed words. And it just sounds like you say something with a Japanese accent. And really, that's actually what it is. They rewrite the words into their language using a certain script. And, oh, perfect. And when that happens, they only use Japanese phonetic sounds. So then it takes that word and makes it sound like a racist Japanese word, basically, in my opinion. Turns out you can press like or follow or whatever the hell it is on YouTube. And you will get notifications and stuff about when I do things. And like maybe I'll even post videos at some point. Oh, I thought that was a Suanko for a second. I can deal with a Mangan, but a Yakuman would have been a bit much. Okay, 1400 down. 1400 to get second, anyway. 5700 for first, though. I don't know. I'm just a horrible shill, Dudu. I'm sorry. I tried. Thank you for the setup, though. Yeah. But yeah, so for example, my name is Kathy, right? That's kind of what I go by, obviously, in real life. But if you say it in Japanese, like if you write it in Japanese script and say the name, it comes out as Kyashi. So it's kind of like this weird little quirk of Japanese borrowed words. They never say it like directly, including things like names. So there's a lot going on there. All right, we can fix the ramen. Thank you, dude. I appreciate it. What is that? It's fine. Yeah, I don't like that I have all these kanchans out there, though. It's going to make completing the hand a lot harder. Oh, remembering the Joukyuu. So there are about 5 Joukyuu that you need to know to be able to start playing. When you say beginner, what level of beginner do you mean? Like, are you talking just started playing yesterday? Or are you talking playing 6 months? People put beginner all over the place. I would love to draw the 3-pin. Fair enough, Calrac. Okay, so if we get the 6-0, we're going to call it here. Ugh. Okay, so the main Joukyuu that you need to know are Tanyao, all simples, using only 2 through 8. All of the Yakuhai, so that is Triplet Dragons, Roundwind, and Seatwind. And then Half Flush. And, of course, Riichi. So that's really all you need to know to get started in play. Basically, from there, you can kind of just, pick up things as you play more and that sort of thing. Sorry, one moment. I can't find the West. But dealing in doesn't really lose me anything. Okay. So with those Joukyuu, you can complete more than 90% of hands. So even... Is the game continuing? No, it's over. Okay. Ugh, third. Oh well. But, like I was saying, Riichi, Tanyao, all the Yakuhai, and Half Flush, 4 hands. That's all you need to know. Can complete over 90% of the hands. So by starting with that, playing online especially, that's where you start to basically start recognizing hands from there. So, watch things, try to understand what things are, and the descriptions are very, for lack of a better word, they're very descriptive. So when that sort of thing comes up, someone says, oh, this is 3 concealed triplets. Well, it's 3 concealed triplets, right? So just through repetition, that's really how you start learning them from there. But just learn those basic 4, I think I said, and go from there. That's really all you need to really start playing. There's a lot more closed Joukyuu that you will eventually need to know. But at least in the short term, it is much easier to mess up a hand by not reaching when you should than the other way around. So if you have a concealed hand and you hit Tenpai, just Riichi, and you'll learn the concealed Joukyuu as you go. I'd hate how X's sound in Japanese. It bothers me for some reason. Like, I get it. I understand that you can't translate an X very well, but it just sounds weird. There's too many syllables. It varies. Like, it depends what you're going to be doing with it. If you're going to be interacting with a lot of other people and playing, they will probably use Japanese in real life more often. One of the reasons for that is especially serious players that want to compete like at the world stage. Like if I play someone from France, I don't know a lick of French. They might not know any English whatsoever. So the only common thread at that point is the Japanese that the game is originally, I would say written in, but that's not the right word, but I think you know what I'm talking about. So that's why I default to a lot of it, because I have traveled. I went to Ireland. I'm hoping to go to WRC someday. And I want to be able to communicate with players as much as I need to anyway, through the only common thread that's there. So that's kind of why I do it. It's just easier. And a lot of it is, what's the word? It's more succinct in Japanese, I think is the way that I think about it. It's like I can say pinfu, but there's not really a good translation for pinfu. Thank you, Kogenya. I appreciate it. I'm glad it's useful for you. Okay. So we're defending quite a bit here at the moment. This 3 already passed, right? Yeah, there it is. I don't really see a route to push because we'd have to do something with all these Sozo. That said, the 9 is safe now. That's half the battle. I'll take your word for it, Kelrak. I've never heard that phrase before in my life. Okay, we can do that. So this might be pushable now. Still have to figure something out with these Sozu, though. 7 shouldn't be too bad. And this 5 isn't bad either. So actually, we might not even need to push any of the Sozu. Yeah, that's just Senpai. It's worth it, sure. Ah, it was safe against the Riichi. It was worth it. Where are you from? Are you from like the Americas or what sort of like general region? If you don't mind me asking. Because there are quite a few communities in person, but it depends how close you are to city centers and that sort of thing. Like whenever I talk about traveling for a tournament or something, it's a local club that put on that tournament. Like generally there's no person that just says, I'm going to host a Mahjong tournament all alone, right? They have to have the support of people around them, and clubs just naturally form like that. Okay. Like this hand is going pretty quickly here. If I feel this Kanchan, then I'm guaranteed a good shape. I can cut the 3 and take a safe tile. Safe tile, wait if it comes up. I don't think I want the door acceptance as much as I want the safety with Sen, though. Actually, one thing I can do... Oh, geez, now I have to pay attention. One moment. If you remind me, because ADHD will make it blow completely out of my mind, I can link you to a map of all of the American Mahjong groups, and that should help you out quite a bit finding a group. All right, let me see if I can pull this up. There we go. Riichi clubs in the USA. Oh, that's not good. Like this hand could become a half flush here, by the look of it. No, I don't want the database. Yes, I do. There it is. US clubs. Why is this so tiny? Crazy. Oh, that makes it Sanchoku instead. I shouldn't sound so disappointed. Like, Sanchoku's fine. The problem is I'm not sure where my pair comes from with this hand. Oh, but that is a confirmed Sanchoku. So maybe I don't even need the pair. I can just keep the dragons here. Yeah, this could just be a great hand. Okay. Yeah, if you're from a capital city in Europe, there's probably... Okay. Yeah, fair enough. I don't know the best person to point you to get help with that, unfortunately. But let me think about it a little bit. Hey, Light. Yeah, I'm trying to stay as warm as I can. It did warm up a little bit today, which is fantastic. Yeah. So, like, capital cities in Europe, there's probably a local Riichi Mahjong group. Mahjong was popular in Europe before it was in America, and we're all over the place here. Yeah, exactly, Korak. Oh, I guess we're fighting. Maybe we don't Riichi here, though. There's something to be said for that, because if I draw the 5 pin, I could switch. Or I could just eat Patsumo. You know, why not? Okay. Yeah, the Riichi's probably fine. Like, I tend to Dama when I shouldn't. But Kelrak, if you know any European sources that you can point them to, feel free to. Yeah, like that's the kind of hand we're definitely looking for, right? Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I know there's groups in Germany. I know there's groups in France, groups in. There's a Portugal group. There is um, London. There's Ireland, obviously. But yeah. Yeah, that's not a bad way to think about it, Light. I've never played fighting games, but I'm aware of like the general concepts there. And like, it's not that I've never played fighting games, but I've never played them seriously, at least. Yeah, my flow is probably completely shot for the rest of this game. That's true. Oh, I used to play so much Magic. I like vaguely tried to get back into it, but I managed to get back out again. So you guys won't lose me to Magic again. Hello. Looks like we have a kitty joining us. Yes. Are you screaming for all the people on stream? If she bunts the microphone, then that's what's going on. Unfortunately, this camera I'm using at the moment doesn't have as wide of a field of view, so you can't quite see her as well. But she is here, I promise. And you have heard her. She made sure of that. Yeah, so we take the Tanyao here. Let me see. So if we move like this, there she is. Hello. All right. I would love a 7-cell. Yeah, that's why I have this green screen right here. Do we take that? How many 7s are gone? Just the one. And Cat is stepping on the mouse. Okay. I think we do take this. Even though my flow is shot for the rest of the game. Unfortunately, thinking that long, people are going to think I'm on a flush, which is actually not ideal because my weight is in that suit. But we can move that now. Not great, but this allows for further upgrades. Yes, I love you. She bunts so hard sometimes. No, you cannot lay on the keyboard. Yeah, so it's really just having no Manzu whatsoever, and then suddenly Chi one after thinking for too long and discard one, right? Like there's just a lot going on there that would indicate that. Of course, I draw that one first. Yeah, like the fact that none are cut until right here. The weird thing is like the honors are kind of spread a little thin, but not thin enough that it would just make it so that half flush was impossible. Yeah, like I think it's still the right play. There's what, 5 of these tiles left. Just better to move it around if I can. But no, this cat was my first animal in my life that I've gotten to keep that has fur. So I love her with all my heart. Oh, you had my 7s. But she does do dumb things like stand on the keyboard. Okay, and she's gone. Luckily, she didn't tear down my screen, even though she kind of tried there a little bit. Yes and no. Like, I should be paying more attention than I am, honestly, but streaming it gets kind of hard. But you can tell from discards a lot of times, especially at higher levels, by looking at how defensive or offensive people's discards are. What are you doing? Oh, this cat, I swear. So, like, if I'm discarding late Dora and that sort of thing, people are going to assume that I'm playing aggressively, I'm pushing, whatever. If people are playing very defensively, especially if you're discarding from within your hand to do so, then it's a lot more common that you're going to be no 10. Yeah. Sounds about right, Reed. I'm surprised our Mordecai hasn't showed up yet. At least I didn't notice him if he did. Ooh, that's kind of what we were hoping for. Is it though? I'm just gonna cut this here. I'd rather get rid of that now and know who has it, because I don't really need the points from it. So I think that's a fine discard here. Good. I'm glad my disjointed talking while streaming does make sense to someone, because I lose the thread like every single discard I make. It's, sort of switching the brain off and on and everything. So as long as something makes sense in my stream, I'm okay with it. Okay, so we don't need this anymore. Exactly. It's all chat's fault. Chat has so much ADHD. Okay. So there is a Sanshoku potential here. And I need to switch this 9 out for a safe tile when I can. That is not any safer. I guess it is safer against this person. I don't know. I'm having problems deciding who to defend against right now. Awesome, Mode Blue. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I was going to pull up the American map for clubs, but that's really unfortunate. Actually, this isn't Tanya anymore. Jeez. 2 out? I don't think I do that. I think I just cut this and try to make this better. But yeah, I was going to pull up a map of the American clubs, but then you said you're not in America, so not exactly the most useful thing ever. And that is beautiful. That's exactly what I wanted to see here. All right, chat, what does this wait on? Here's your quiz for the day. Hint, 9mon is one of them. What do you think, chat? Who's got it? $4769, nailed it right there. Yeah, so the shape there is a triplet with 4 tiles running off the end. So if it wasn't a terminal, it would also wait on the extra tile there. So that's an important one to know. This hand is fantastic. Like, obviously, it has some improvement needed for the shapes, but if I can get these white dragons, that's a lot of Dora right there. All right, let's solidify that Dora in. That's what you get for leaving bananas out, Reed. If you can't count, Mahjong might not be the game for you, but to each their own. I would love to cheat the 6 here. That one, we do this. Yeah, this is an improvement here. So if we draw the Tenpai here, we probably discard the 7 because we can draw the 4 or the 8 as well and upgrade this shape. But if we find that, we just do this. That's good. Yeah. God, imagine I get this con here. I think if someone discards it, I will con. I don't think it's the right play, but I think it's the play I'm going to make. I'm still in low rank rooms right now. I can mess around it a little bit, right? But we can just do that. That's completely fine there. You might be in purgatory. I can't tell which stream you're in. There's a vertical one as well as a horizontal one. So the other chats, if you are in the vertical one, you wouldn't see the rest of it. Because I think the horizontal one is where everyone's at. No worries. I don't know about always kill rack, but the thing is it increases the value, right? So I can justify it. Okay. I like my door repair here, but I don't know if it's going to be able to stick around. Oh. No worries, Alight. I am not familiar with that phrase, so I don't believe I've played it. I'm going to go for the Joukyuu here. Yeah, like when I play seriously, I do serious cons, right? Like that's the big thing. This is a fairly wide tempai, right? Ishadnan, rather. Thing is, I can also chi into it, but I'd have to discard a Dora. But instead we get that, and we're waiting on just 3. Okay. I'm down. Let's do it. Everyone should be just afraid of me at this point, right? And I think the fastest way to get this game over with is bust someone. At least I'm not playing on a client that would let me chumbo. They don't really exist on the internet anymore, but they used to. The thing is, this reach is how I lose the game, right? Yeah, this person's pushing. They want to hit me hard. They'd probably take hitting anyone hard, though. But yeah, if I can hit player to my right, it ends the game on the spot. If I can hit player on the left, then I further cement my victory. 9,900. The next Riichi is at 10,000. So, right, like the most likely way to end this game quickly is by busting someone. Like, it's gotta be. This is a weird hand. Like, this one screams half flush to me. But the Pinzu aren't actually... Oh, never mind. That changes things. Go Honba. Yep, that's what we do here. We run up the score a little bit. My craziest game ever in real life was plus 117,000. Or sorry, not plus 117,000, 117,000 finish. Which was absolutely insane. You don't play with busting in tournaments, but that's why. Oh. Okay, Minefield Mahjong. Yeah. I have messed around with Minefield a little bit. I don't think it's great, just because the hand building process is very different. But I could see it being useful as an exercise. But yeah, no, I have messed around with Minefield Mahjong. I mean, someone said something about these draws, but then they completely dried up. And I think it's clear to anyone here that this is a Honitsu, right? So, realistically, they shouldn't give me much. Okay. It's okay, I jinxed it back. That's the real trick. Yeah, like I'm just playing so carefree right now. It is pretty hard for me to lose this game, but definitely not impossible. Oh, that long delay is annoying with that. Because that means someone has like 2 more of the 4s at least in hand, which is going to make using this 5 a lot harder. Yeah, minefield is what I've always heard it called. Okay. See, that's the real trick. If I can get the tune, then I can switch up the weight to an offsuit. Okay. So we've confirmed our shapes. We really need to find this tune, though. I'll keep an eye out for that Tukana. I don't know what kind of Hanuman they would build with what they've got in discards right now. I guess, no, it can't be... I'm not sure what it would be. They just discarded West-West, though. Don't try this at home. Oh, the 2-pin discards are so sad now. So I know no one had... I was going to say, one of these 8 pins should be coming out, because we knew that no one else had the 9 pins. Ooh. Beautiful. Okay. So that should do it. Perfect. All right. It's already doing better than last stream. Okay. Remembering how to change things on this new client. I don't know, let's find out what they had. We can figure that out. Oops. One. We do this one. Scroll down here and go to the turn. Go here. And they had not much. Yeah, that's the answer. But they wanted the potential for the... Yeah, they wanted potential for the Ura. So by discarding the 4-pin, you have the better weight there. It makes sense. Like at this point, you're kind of in desperation mode, but at the same time not, right? Like this is the difference with online Mahjong. If you were in a tournament in this situation, you're still playing for the Uma a lot. You kind of want to play aggressively. But in online Mahjong, when everyone's dying like this, if you don't die, you don't lose rank points. So you almost don't want to make this discard here. But it's hard to say for sure. Like I don't know exactly what else you do is the problem. All right. Oops. So we are at 45 out of 100 to Joukyuu. I think you're a little bit behind there, Kilrack. Oh, no, sorry. Okay, you were talking about the review there. Never mind. Exactly. Now, the risk there is if someone just sumos everything and then you bust first, that's still not good. But you do definitely need to pick your place there, like we were talking about with push-fold judgment before. Know when it's your turn. All right, we will take the north here if we get the chance for it. Okay. This could be a 4-5-6 on Joukyuu too. If we draw the 5 so we can cut the 7 so to solidify it. Or we could just draw a Dora pair. Okay. Beautiful. So if we can chi the 5 so, we'll take that. If we don't get it, we'll take the better weight on the north pawn. If we can dama, I will. Ooh. That's interesting. Just a bit spicy. That is not useful. Maybe we should just discard it here. No, I'm going to be a little bit greedier still. A lot of it is pacing of the game. But a good bit of it too is having enough value. So with this situation, I've got the 2 Dora here. 3 Dora here. So really anything to open is completely fine. Like 3 Dora is so many points. Okay. Why what, Ode? What did I miss? God, I want to... I think that's fine. Yeah, it's starting to, but against who, right? Like, Sozu are so cheap at this board. Everyone is discarding them. So I feel like the 4 never deals in here. Right? There's 2 5s left. There's 1 6. No, I have the last 6. Yeah, like, who does it deal into? I mean, the con isn't bad necessarily. I'd need to see the position they were in and everything. I don't mind it though. Now this might be a bridge too far. Yeah, I think we have to shut down here. At least a bit. Yeah, it's definitely an easy one to miss. But the Dora's a bit much. What is our safest discard here? Probably this one. All right. That's fine. Yeah, and it's less just looking at cheap and expensive. That's just kind of like a quick metric for it. It's more looking at kabes, looking at one-shots, that sort of thing. What could people have in their hands that wait on it? Okay. Not the ideal draw here, but we can move this around to Tanyao still. Ideally, we keep this pair. Ooh. But if we keep drawing Dora, maybe we don't even need it. Okay. So if we can chi the 5, so we will, and discard either the 2 or the 7. Probably the 7 first. Okay. Not ideal. But we do still have options to open here. Yeah, like it's maybe Sanshoku, but I'm not too worried about it having 3 Dora in hand. 3 Dora with a confirmed Yaku. Unfortunate. That's not bad though. But I can't, no. I really don't want to discard the 8 with someone pawning this aggressively. I'm a little bit too worried about dealing in. So I want to pawn one of these Manzu, ideally, and discard one of the others. Because I want this to be my last tile. Ugh. I'm getting priced into it. Okay, and we didn't deal in. That's the important part. Not dealing in. Now we're on a 3,900 point hand. Unfortunate to have to discard that Dora, but it's fine. If we can draw the Akka 5 here, then that'd be great. But we'll take 3,900 any day of the week. So, Ilyan, you were the one asking. Kind of my go-to for when to open is 2 Dora. If you have 2 Dora, you can find a Yaku, go for it. I read a analysis of Asapin's playing style a long time ago. Asapin being one of the best ever Mahjong players, online Mahjong players to live. Unfortunately, his real life didn't go so well. But he basically did that same thing. So a long time ago, I incorporated that into my play and moved on from there. Exactly, Reed. Like here. Okay, that's good. So 2 Dora Ishanten. I'll take any chi to victory. Except for like one involving this. Alright. Let's get it. We don't have any upgrades here. If we draw like a Dora, we'll discard the 2 first. Yeah, like obviously there's definitely considerations for board position, especially late game. This hand became a Mangan. All right, not quite a Mangan, but you know, close enough. But yeah, anytime you get down to like the last couple rounds, it's all about the position and how many points you need anyway. Awesome. So with these 5s dying, the 3s are going to be harder to use. But that reach is not good for us. We can discard that. That's all the 5s. So the theory is that all the 5s coming out makes the 3s more easy to discard. That's the theory. Reach Sumo Sha? Okay. We can deal with that. That's fine. Obviously, we would have loved to win this hand, but can't win them all. And just remember, we didn't deal in. Okay, start with that one there. It's possible I should have started with the 1-mon. I don't know. It's close. That's a lot of pairs, though. If I could pair the Dora here, I'll probably go all in on the Chitoy. Oh, wrong discard. Okay, early Dragon Pawn. It's not necessarily a miss. So there is a good bit of value to just a quick 1,000 point hand. What you don't want to be putting yourself in the position of is making 3 calls on a 1-han hand. Like if you only have a dragon and you're making 3 calls to try to win, unless you've got a lot of safety built in somewhere, you're going to get yourself in trouble. And I say this from experience as the person who often gets herself into trouble. Like it's one of my, you know, it's one of the things I know is weakest about my play. I need to go less all in on those 1,000 point hands. All right. 3rd south. Yeah, I don't know exactly what I want to do with this hand. 4 pairs is weird. Like I said, if I do pair the Dora, we probably go that direction. But I'm not sure other than that what to do. I need to turn this on. So apologize if you hear beeping a little bit later on in the stream. Okay, that solidifies my choice. We're going for the Tanyo. If you hear beeping at all in the stream, like when something shuts itself off, it's my hand warmer. I have like this desktop hand warmer thing, and it's fantastic. So once it gets going here, I might be able to feel my right hand again. Okay. So we can pawn into Tempai. So this is a situation where I only have the one extra Han, right? I've got Tanyao Dora here, and nothing else. But the reason I'm calling is because of how late in the game it is. As dealer, I do want to be pushing, unfortunately. But the hand probably wasn't going to complete if I didn't make that call. So calling was my only route to victory, I think. So that's why I made that call there, even though, it doesn't fit a lot of my typical things. It was pace of the game. It was getting too late to win the hand. And then I was also pulling out the bad shape. So there's a ton of considerations that go into it. A lot of it is just experience. Like pace of game is something that you just learn to read over time, honestly. It's probably one of the hardest things to teach, if that makes sense. All right, so that's an interesting draw. So we aren't going for the Honitsu here. I honestly probably should have discarded this 8-9 first. But the reason we're not going in Honitsu is because we have 2 Dora. We don't need the Honitsu in this position. So I will just go ahead and discard this 8-9 here because we can incorporate the 7 anyway. And I'd rather have the safe tile back even than anything else. Exactly. Feel the flow. That's the important part. Something hard of the tiles. I don't know. I don't have wild enough hair to be on that show, though. Though it does try, So chi into 7-pin discard, and that was an 8-7. So that's probably an indicator that this is a Honitsu. But it's still got some weird stuff with the Honitsu there. So actually, no. It's probably not Honitsu. It's probably just a Tanyao hand. I think. So I'll keep this pair of 4s around for a second, because I don't want to be feeding the Tanyao if I can help it. There we go. So now we can solidify this in as our pair instead. No, but it's probably not Tanyao, because that 7-pin came out. You wouldn't want to do that with a Tanyao. But it's not half flush either, unless it's super advanced. In which case I really shouldn't be dealing things like this. I don't know. It's a hard one. I'm not sure exactly what they're working with here. Okay, that's Tempai. We take those. Just a little bit too slow. It is nice that we're just like kind of trading points right now. Like this is the sort of situation where being last dealer is pretty good usually. Okay, that's an interesting draw actually. So I am going to discard these terminals first. This one and this one, because drawing a pair of Chun would probably be pretty good with this hand. I do want to cut this 8-9. The 8-9 is not great, but they are on a Honitsu. Like this one seems pretty clear to me. It could be a Toi Toi, but it's probably not. It's probably a Honitsu. That means that they might also have 7-pin locked up. It's tough. That's interesting. Disconnect. Oh, jeez. Like, I really don't want to discard these now. What do I do? Like, it's very possible that their hand is just trash. But if it's not, I get absolutely destroyed if I deal in. Like, it could just be Toi Toi. Okay, it's not. It's a Chanta Honitsu destroy you hand. Okay. Yeah. So I did have the read right. It was just very weird. Okay. This is not a bad one. Yeah, oof is right. So we would love the south wind here. This is another one where the hand probably doesn't complete unless we get the south wind. So I'd be okay with calling it here. Yep. No, I was second guessing at the moment I discarded the 9-mon there. Like, I don't know. This is a little shifty. Or, sorry, not 9-mon. What pin? It was something. I can't remember. Short-term memory. Never been my strong suit. So there's an outside chance of Doko here. Just going to point that out. It's not likely, but it could happen. There's also an outside chance of Su Uncle, if we're calling shots, you know. But I'm definitely not going to hold out for that one. Probably should discard this 4-pin sooner rather than later, though. That doesn't change anything. Right now I'm keeping it around just for the Akka 5-pin acceptance. This game, though. This is something. Yeah, we're just not drawing anything here. Okay, that's good. So we take that one. We definitely still want to pawn the south if we can, because that'd be 3 Han. As long as we can discard this 4. Like, this 4 should probably be the next thing out. I'm going to hold this con for a minute. Just because if I'm going to be playing aggressively, I don't want to, you know, be in a position where I have to deal into extra Dora. But anyway, now that that's over, we are going for a Mangan to end the game here. This hand has the potential for it. This could be Pinfu Dora 2 Riichi. Mangan wins. We will take smaller hands, though. Since we're last dealer, we can do incremental stuff. So we're probably playing for efficiency here. We probably discard this 1-2 next. Yeah, seems fine. Hold on to this 2 for a little bit here, because we want to be able to get the Dora in if we draw it. So here we have the option of switching to the Tanyao. What would make me do that? This 3 doesn't make me do that. What could happen? Yeah, because of the Tanyao potential there, Kelrak. So if I draw the extra 2, I'd be okay with it there. Okay. So I think we give up on that Dora and go for the efficiency here. But yeah, I'm opening like on almost anything here. They're pawning. Interesting. Okay, so we take that here. And this is Pinfu Dora? Maybe? Okay, and that switches it back to Tanyao. So we want a 2-pin, we want a 7-mon. Why? Why would... So this is an example to learn from. You don't wrong someone in all last to keep yourself in 4th place. This is the opposite of what you want to be doing. I don't care how pretty the hand is or anything. I don't care how far behind you are. You always, always, always never take this wrong. It could be a Yakuman. You're not supposed to take this wrong if it doesn't get you out of 4th. But, you know, we'll take the 2nd there. That's fine. Rant over. And we are doing pretty good this stream. How are our stats looking? Like, overall, this is fantastic, right? Like, we have double the win rate that we do the deal-in rate. Like, these stats do not indicate this outcome here. So we're still doing fine. We need 40 more points to make it to Joukyuu. Something YouTube show. Remember to like the stream. Anyway, What are we doing with this hand? Okay. There's a lot of pairs here. That's a Dora. Like, what do you do with this hand? I can't take the pawn there for any reason. Are we just on pairs? Ugh. I hate doing pairs like this. Like, this might be the way to go. We can disguise it pretty well if we draw another pair here. But that's not a pair. So we probably go for a standard hand instead, I think. Having two of the twos out isn't ideal for this sequential pair thing. Oh, jeez, what is this? Okay. Now we could go either way, I guess. Sevens are dying, so the 8 is the right discard here. The book, I think, says to Riichi on the Chitoi waiting on, of course, the Chitoi waiting on the Dora, but I usually like Damaing on it. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Ooh. I think I'm going for a standard hand here because we won't be able to incorporate both these Dora. There's a chance this makes it around to Tanyao, but more likely not. Such a weird hand. No worries, Doodle. So here we go for the efficiency. Even though we have an 8 in discard, this could easily become furry 10. We do still take this here. On an improvement, we discard either the 3 or the 4. Unless we improve the 3 or the 4, in which case we discard the furry 10. Or they could just play by themselves. Okay, so that's good. So we discard the 3 or the 4 into an obvious Honitsu. Let's not do either of those, actually. Let's do this one. Yeah, that seems better. This isn't as efficient, but I think this is a lot safer. Yeah, Fu is weird. It's one of those things that takes a little bit of time to learn and everything, but once you get it, you've got it. This would be a Tenpai pawn, but it doesn't do anything, so I won't take it. God, now this 9 stranded in my hand too? What am I doing? I should have discarded that 9 longer ago. Oh, Lord. Help me. Okay. This is just too good of a hand to give up on. There's so many draws here, the Tenpai. Okay. Fine. It's not my hand to win. Yeah, the dueling flushes there is always an interesting situation. I mean, if we keep this green dragon, we could get Ryuiso. But that's never going to happen. I've been Tenpai for Ryuiso once in my life. One of these days, maybe. But not today. Wait, so they're going for a Chanta. Like, that's a hard force of a Chanta. That's weird. Maybe that means I have more Dora there or something? I don't know. The people who hard force Chanta are weird. Yeah, Ryuiso is all green. Yeah, hard force of the Chanta. Crazy. So our hand's in pretty good shape here. We can discard this one if we need to, if we find another pair or something. Like I'm not too worried about dealing into them with it. And that's probably the indicator to go for it. Now we can discard this 3 here. Because there is still the outside chance of ending up on a Sanshoku here. I think. We're still 2 Shanten though. And the 4s are dying, so this 1 is actually probably a pretty good discard sooner rather than later. Well, guess that's not happening. Okay, we get a dealership. That is a pair of Dragon Dora. So we're playing for efficiency and hoping someone discards it. Okay. So if we don't get the dragon, how do we win this hand? Can't really go for a half flush. We can't pawn that. I don't know. Well, maybe pairs. Maybe it is a half flush. Okay, let's trim this shape a little bit. There is a world where this is a half flush. We need to draw a couple more Pinzu first. So if we can get the red, we just cut the east right now. Yeah. And here's the turning point. We have to decide now, I think, and I think we don't do it. I think that's fine. We are at 4 pairs right now. I don't know. It's a hard one. Yeah, exactly. A light. And if we can open, in theory, we could make it to Toy Toy here. But it's still hard. See, now we could go for the Honitsu if we get the next 8 pin. Or 9 pin, I would take either. Yeah. I think it's at the point where I would hard force for it. So floating tiles are generally pretty efficient to hold on to. So the nice thing about it is you can draw 5 different tiles in that suit just by holding onto that one tile to improve the hand. So that's kind of what I was looking at there. Okay, so let's do this. Too late. Okay. Fine. Yeah, I knew it was dangerous, but hand that big, I'm going to push aggressively. Whether I should or not. This is a very advanced hand already. Do I just force the Chinitsu here? That's crazy, right? I mean, if we draw things like that, maybe it's not. Like, we can pawn anything here. The 7s would be a little bit awkward. Wow. Okay. Yeah, let's commit. This could be a Chinitsu. It's Ishanten for Chinitsu Chitoi right now. That's a Dama Baiman. Like, do you guys understand this right now? Like, granted, the 2 is twice cut already. But this hand could just be nuts. Yeah, we'll see. Like, this is Chinitsu. There's really no other option here. This is what I'm going for. Even if I draw the 1, I'd probably just reject it. Ah, there's the last 2. That makes this a lot harder, but we are going for it. There's a lot of draws. Not a lot of draws. There's some draws that make it to Tenpai. We can pawn the 8 into Tenpai, discard the 2. This could be Chinitsu Toy Toy. But we can pawn just about anything from this hand still. Anything except the 7s. Ah. Oh well. That was a really fast Chinitsu. But, yeah. Wasn't meant to be. Oh, now we get this pair. Okay. We don't take this here as much as I want to, of course. Timing, though. Now we can take either one. Okay, so let's do that. And let's hard force the Honitsu here. And reason for that is I want to incorporate this Dora. The East is already once cut. I think it's fine. I think. But I do need some value here. I've never seen that abbreviation before, Dudu, but I can tell what it stands for. And yes, you're right. It's okay. One of these flushes will work, right? Now we just need one of 2 different honors that are both once cut. It's doable. It's possible. We're live. If we get the north, we can just cut the Dora outright. Yeah, I got it. No worries. Yeah, so if we get that, we can cut the Dora outright because we have the value we need to make Mangan already. We do still hold it just for efficiency right now. Okay, that's great. Ishanten. So we do take that. Like, this is the biggest red flag in the history of red flags. No one sees that discard and be like, oh, that's completely normal pool of discards over there. But we've got some outs here. We've got 1/1 left for a Chanta on top of it, just for fun. We've got 1 East, and we've got, I believe, all the 4s live. So let's do this. Let's win this hand. See if we can get a... Perfect. We will take that. And that puts us in first, actually. That's a quick turnaround. Okay, and another very advanced hand here. These hands are doing something weird right now. This is almost Chanta. Or not Chanta, sorry, Sanshoku. Already. Jeez. Apparently everyone's got good hands. They're just having tiles fly over here. That's not the best draw, but it's okay. Like, if we get the 6 draw, it's completely fine. Let's see, it's Pinfood Dora without a Riichi there, so I probably would Riichi if I got the 6. We keep the 9, because it's farther away from Dora and safe against 1 person, and it's a 1 chance. Okay, we do take the efficiency here, though. Even if it ruins the Sanshoku, this is the better way to go. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Take the confirmed Dora. Yeah, that's fine. On any improvement that doesn't hit Tenpai, we discard this, as you can see here. And this is a 2 Dora Pinfu Riichi now. How to learn more while watching people play. That's not something I've really considered much. I do know a couple like basic rules for it. One is don't watch people too far above your skill level. Because one of the worst things you can do is think you know why someone did something and be completely wrong about it. And that would let you misapply it to your play and probably make a lot of mistakes. Ooh. Okay, not too big. That's fine. Other than that, I don't really have too much. It's not, like I said, it's not something I've considered too much. One thing I will say is if you're watching people online, in my opinion, is always better to do it without other people's hands revealed. Practice discards as you're making them, like watch actively, basically, right? You don't want to just sit there and observe. You're trying to learn something. You're trying to figure things out in real time, right? So keep your brain active. You especially don't want to train yourself to be passive playing Mahjong. You want to train yourself to think as you're watching people play. And I'm a horrible hypocrite for this, by the way. But always keep that active thought going if you can. And really try to figure out the game that they are playing. If that makes any sense. Because if you can get to the point where you think someone's better than you and you're starting to predict every move they make, then they're not better than you anymore. You just made it to their level, which is the way to go. That's what you're looking for. I probably just open for the one Hun hand here, if I can. That means if I get a Forso, yeah, we'll take that. This isn't the most efficient thing in the world, but I think it's the way to go. Because we want to shut this hand down. With the door being a terminal, Riichi hands are going to be the way that most people are going to score points here. Or Honitsu's. Always Honitsu's. Okay. So we'll cut the one tile into the Honitsu right now, so we don't have to later. Oh, was that Tenpai on a Honitsu already? I don't like that. I don't like that either. What is this crap? Like, I'm going to discard the 7-pin because it didn't deal in and it's safe against the player to my left. Good, yeah. Absolutely. Wait, what? Every single chatter left the stream? That's unfortunate. Hate it when that happens. Maybe it just, like, disconnected or something. I don't know, is that a thing? North is fine. No, you still got chatters around. They're somewhere. They're just lurking. This is not Tenpai. The 3 is safe. The 6 isn't bad. The 6 is Nakasuji. So 6 Mon is probably my next discard if I make it to Tenpai. As opposed to like 5 and try to do something weird. Yeah, still fine. God, now YouTube's saying that I have a lower bit rate than recommended. I mean, that's probably my fault, actually. Hopefully you guys aren't getting stutter. Okay, so that's fine. And the Forso doesn't look bad against them. I don't know how much they're thinking into their defense and everything here, but it's fine. See, this is where you can get into a lot of trouble with defense and offense. This 4 is fine because it just came out. So I have to actively be looking at defense the whole time I'm playing this hand right now. Otherwise, I get myself in a lot of trouble. But they just sumo a Sanonko anyway. Oh, geez, Baimon? That's not good. Well, that kills any real hope we had of winning this game, unless we get something amazing here. But we can still get second. We're still in a good spot for that. So let's see if we can close this one out in second. Wait, did that close? Is that what's going on here? Hold on. Or did I just minimize it? Yeah, I don't know if my stream chat crashed, but it's about to refresh here. Something happened to it, that's for sure. Yeah, just sumo Baimon. No, you can still watch people better than you. It's just don't try to mimic their play without understanding it. All right, then. Looks like we are back with chat. Yes, we are connected. Good. I can now see all your chats again without going through ridiculous hoops. Okay, we are going for speed here. Going the distance, blah, blah, blah. So we will chi immediately. Like, chi is the best case scenario for this. We do want to keep this pair around, though, because of that chi. We will pawn into tenpai still, though. Yeah, we are at the point where we pawn into tenpai if we can. I would love it if this 8 came out on my left instead, though. Okay, yeah, so we pawn into tenpai here. And we look to spike the 6. Because the pawn encourages the discard of the 6. So hopefully it comes out here. Can't keep that. That also makes the 6 look safer if anyone's concerned about defense against me. Like, the player on my left is probably just defense at this point. But we do want to try to keep something back for defense here. So the 7 mon is good against toymen here. We have some outs to the dealer if we need them. So we're not in a bad spot defensively. Yeah, so we discard the 5 here because the 2's safer in later times. Like, if we're pushing against someone and they we draw a 5, there we go. We'll take second here. So if I'm pushing into someone, I draw the 5, I want to be able to discard the 2 instead of the 5, which is why I went for the 2 there instead. All right, so we are 25 points away. That is 1 first away. And let me update. Oh, did that not update? No, it did. Oh, wait. No, is that? I'm confused. So is my record isn't updating, is it, Chad? Sorry, give me a moment to just try and figure that out here. I don't know why that would be, though. That might be something I need to read up on. All right, have a good one, Kelrak. Yeah, I don't know why that wouldn't be updating. It should. Weird. Yep, that's probably just something with Prism that I'm not familiar with. So we'll figure that out for next time by the look of it. That's right. All right, good start here. A couple Dora, 1 integrated, 1 not. And this is a very standard hand that could become Itsu. That's a great draw. That's great for efficiency. We love that draw. All right, have a good night. Thanks for coming in. You're welcome anytime. So what are we doing here? That's a pair. But unfortunately, we can't go for the Tanyao here. If you want to be notified of future streams and videos that I post, you can either subscribe to this channel and/or click the link to the Discord down below in the description. Thanks, you'll train me into it yet, Dudu. I had no idea. And thank you, kind chatter. Oh, wait, this is Tenpai already? Okay, yeah, Riichi Dora. We take those, even if we have to discard the Dora for him. And something like the stream, blah, 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 blah. I think it's more that I just feel awkward doing it, honestly. Like, I can do it. I know how to shill. I used to be a circus performer. Of course I can shill. But at the same time, I don't necessarily like it, you know? Just one of those things. Come on, just give me my tile. It's even Sushi Trap now. You have every reason to discard this 7. It looks fantastic to discard. Or we can just do that instead. That's fine. Yeah, 2 Aka 5 soften the blow. That is correct. The Sumo softens the blow a bit too. Okay. So this 8-9 is really awkward. I think I'm just going to cut this here. I mean, it's true. I used to work in a circus. It was a very, very small circus, but it was still a circus. I did flying trapeze, aerial acrobatics, stilt walking, balloon twisting, magic, juggling, et al., and other things. I probably should have cheated that 7 now that I'm looking at it. So that's probably a mistake. Have the 4s locked in, discard the 9. Yeah. Now it becomes harder to use the 7. I can cheat a 5 pit if it comes out. And discard the 9, so... Or we can just draw it, that's fine. God, what do I do here? I think this is efficient. Yeah, because now we can make it to the Menzen Tenpai still. This is a, what does this accept over here? Such a weird shape. Ooh, that gives us outs to Tanyo, actually. Cool. And it's Adora. I completely missed that for a moment. Okay, so we're actually in a great spot here. This progressed so quickly. Yeah, it was really good. Like, I enjoyed it. It was a fantastic summer job. Honestly, that's kind of all it was. It was never meant to be a career or anything. But unfortunately, as with many places, my boss was terrible. So, you know, kind of killed it, but it is what it is. Oh, that's a 6. We should probably fold here. I don't like it, but I'm going to try to start playing correctly. I want to win this game and make it into Joukyuu. Yeah, the 7 was definitely a better discard there. Definitely a mistake, but that's okay. That's fine. There's a world where I could still be tempted into cheating a 3-cell. But I kind of just want to fold here. Like, player on my left looks dangerous. Player on my right is Riichi. Just give up. Okay, that's safe. We love safe tiles here. Absolutely love our safe tiles. As long as I'm inspiring someone, because I'm just sitting here lying to myself. 8 hasn't passed. The 4 pin is the safest. That wasn't right. It's the 6 pin, but 4 passed. That's what matters. Like, there's a world where we end up Tenpai here still. Oh. Not this world, but a world somewhere. But this is fine. I'm fine passing the dealership here. It varies a little bit. Like, it's... Like I said, this was a very small circus. This was like college kids performing, basically. We did a lot of kids' birthday parties. But we did have full-size equipment and everything, like the flying trapeze and whatnot. So for that sort of thing, it benefited a lot to be a jack of all trades. Excuse me. So like basically with the way that it was set up, there was a lot of like solo shows and that sort of thing. And to do the solo shows, you needed to have different skills because someone would like hire a balloon twister, they would hire a stilt walker, they would hire a juggler, they'd hire a magician. So learning to do all those things meant you had more flexibility in the jobs you could take. So it was very beneficial there. But I think it's very hard, even in bigger circuses and everything, to make it into the circus and not at some point start learning other things. Even if they're not your forte, you're not great at them or whatever, you still learn at least some amount of it. And that part, I believe, is very normal. Okay. Play a little bit on the safer side here. Yeah, like when you're surrounded by that sort of thing constantly, it's hard to not be going into that sort of thing. Like I started with Diabolo juggling. Chinese yo-yo, some people call it. It's a little bit different, but same idea. But by learning that, that's weird. By learning that, I got a job at a juggling store. And to work at the juggling store, I had to be able to demonstrate all of their equipment. So just the Diablo got me in the door, but then I kept learning and now I can do a little bit of everything. Okay. That's such a waste of a hand. Like, this is what I'm talking about, right? You open con and you have nothing. There's no value there whatsoever. I don't get why people do that. Go all in from last place for 1,000 points. That's why you're in last place. Okay. Why? Oh, these people, I swear. I already have a business card with that on it. I don't have a hobby I'm not a professional at. It's really awkward sometimes. I've gotten paid to do like all of my hobbies. They gave me 2 Dora too. What is this? How to make the most of this? So that's not ideal. I'd rather draw the 4 than use the 1, 2, 3. And given that the 2 is my only pair, that's fairly likely. Yeah, exactly. The goal is to punish them, right? We'll see though. God, they're going all in for another 1,000-point hand too, aren't they? Ugh, it's so ridiculous. I'm not even afraid of them right now. I mean, that 5 so discard is a little weird. Maybe I should be a little bit afraid. But I'm just not. Like, I just can't take them seriously after this. Maybe they're trying to lull me into a false sense of security. That's probably it. But if so, it is working. So we need to find a pair now. Drawing another 2-mon would be good. That's also good. I don't want to discard Dora though. Like, as much of a false sense of security I am into right now, I don't think we do that. They're mind games you play with yourself. That's what it comes down to. No. I refuse. I'm too far ahead to discard Dora right now. Oh, they have another Dora. Gotta be scared of them now. They got 2,000 points instead of 1,000. God, that's even 2,600 points with all that foo over there. helps in finding a pair, but I still have to discard stuff I don't want to in order to do it. So we'll do this. Okay, so we can discard the 4. Okay. Okay. I probably should have gotten rid of the 6 so there, actually. Okay, 6 so it looks pretty safe now. Okay. Like, I guess if Dora's safe, but... Ugh. Yeah, this is just where I need to be folding. But we can keep the dream alive. Maybe we'll draw Tenpai. The 7 is also pretty safe. We will chi into Tenpai here if we can. No. Yep, you got him. Alright, so we might need to play more aggressively so we can feed off this person's punts instead of everyone else. Okay, that's good. We can try to shut down the dealership with that tune there. We could just draw a Suanko, right? Like, no, it would never happen, right? Not to me. We probably pawn anything here, though. Just go for it. Except for the 6 pin, obviously. No need to pawn that. I'm okay with that. We do keep the 7 around for a little more efficiency. In case things start to look weird. It's like there's a world where if someone pushes, like if Toyman pushes specifically, we could pawn the June and discard the 6 to try to take the higher likelihood hand. And it wouldn't be bad. Because the 7 doesn't necessarily look safe against him. Okay. We have a Toy Toy. We made it to Tenpai. We have 3 tiles left. The reason I hate Toy Toy. Well, 9 becoming Kabe is good. It'd be unfortunate to just have to take Toy Toy Nomi, but worse things have happened. I'd strongly prefer the Chun, though. Oh, come on. What is that? Are they the ones holding my Chun? Probably not, but maybe. Oh, jeez. We can't do that. Unfortunate. Okay. Alright, we are no longer soundly winning this game. Not by a long shot. Okay. Yeah, winning this game just got a lot harder. We basically need to direct hit Toyman here. Or we need someone else to. Or a hand big enough to overtake it. That's hard. But if I keep drawing Pinzu, maybe. is a possibility. The Pinzu have been very good to me tonight. Can we Chinitsu? His hand's a little bit light still. Okay. Yeah, that's probably enough to open for it. Especially if we can get like the 3-pin. Okay, what is this? I'm not supposed to be able to call these shots. This isn't how this game works. Okay, if I can get the last 5-pin, that'd be fantastic. We hold that and go ahead and cut this here. Yeah, but we cheat, so we changed the flow now. So now it's, who knows what's going to happen. If I can get 6-pin, 9-pin, it's a Baimon. No, that's not how that works. Okay. E Shanten. Lots of draws to Tenpai. A lot of options here. That would be one of them. A little bit too late. Oh well. Now it's incredibly difficult. We do have 2-door though. That's a start. Yeah, like when you're calling your shots for the Chinitsu, you know you're in a good spot. We probably open for this and try to sneak a hit somewhere. But we probably solidify second if we have to. So I'm not going to pass a win on them, but I will play a bit aggressively here. Yeah, they seem tilted, honestly. That's probably all it is. Because they're second on, right? They know better than to do all of the random BS cons they're doing and that sort of thing. So they're either tilted or they're just messing around. Not sure which. Or they just really have no idea what's going on, which possible. So let's talk about these Dora. We like Dora. This 2-pin does nothing for us here, so I will discard it and try to build a safe tile. Like, it's just so unlikely the West comes out here, right? I don't think it gets discarded, but it could. There are worlds. Yeah. The dealer is a little risky right now. Like, I'm still playing for the win. I don't know if it's well advised, though. Like, playing against the win with a dealer that is clearly forcing the suit is a lot. Maybe. Maybe it'll happen. I need to find this West, though. I would take a 5-so. 5-mon, sorry. Not a 5-so. Don't give me a 5-so. I swear to God. Okay. We'll give up the ghost. Oh, wow. That's not good. Not good for us at all. Yeah, we're shutting down here, I think. This is not great. Luckily, we still have the defense here. I don't want to deal into whatever this BS is from Toyman. Like, it is just not worth the risk of dealing into that. We'll give them all the time in the world to sumo. If they do, we get second. And that's fine. Like, they might not even be Tenpai right now. They probably are. But maybe. We're not risking that either. That's fine. Safe against the board, just like the green. Do we pawn the west? As it comes out right now. There's no world where we make it to 10-5 from there, actually, so no. Okay. The 5 would have dealt in, as expected. All right, and they are at 0 points. There's no Riichi. See, this is where an open con makes sense sometimes. Because you can't Riichi anyway, so, you know. It's not like you're losing anything. Maybe I'll just draw a bunch of 8s here. All kinds of 8s. Let's do this. 5-5 from player to a right here. That's fine. Like, we're just going to take a cheap Tanyo hand if we can. I would like to chi this. Never mind. No need to. I probably should discard this 8-pin, actually, now that I'm looking at it. Yeah. I don't know. It's not the worst. But yeah, we are opening if we can. Okay. Yeah, this is a chi. Now I said I'm going to draw all the 8s, so I'm going to stick with that. I'm going to keep all the 8s. Let's see how it goes. That was the deciding factor between the 2 versus the 8 there. Just so you guys know. Wow, those discards though. 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 5. That's rough, buddy. Jeez. If you discard all one suit, do you get anything for that? Oh, buddy. I'm so sorry. I'm not, but I'm so sorry. Ugh, I wanna, but I can't. So this should be a giant red flag to Toyman that I am Tenpai. So they probably shut down here. They probably just discard safe. So the person we need to watch out for is the player to our right. And looking at their discards, I don't actually need to watch out for them. Because what the hell? Like, that's a discard pool right there. Oh, wow, they had it? They're able to make a closed hand? That's crazy. I didn't know they had it in them. Okay. Does that change anything at all? I don't think it does. We're able to sumo a Mangan without busting them now, but we wouldn't have not sumoed a Mangan anyway. I'm going to pass the first one here. Mainly because there's a lot of situations where this white ends up as my pair. I will take the second one if it comes out, though. Yeah, especially now that I drew that. Excuse me. And now we're back to the white maybe ending up as my pair. But the 6 is very likely still. If we get the 2 or the 4. So just toy over there. When do I need to be worried about a toy? Is it when they pull the June? No. Okay, now we can do this. So we have a pair here if we need it now. As much as I would like that 7, I don't think I'm quite in the mood to commit myself to getting a single tile. Okay. So we go this direction. I kind of prefer getting the 2 to the 5, not just for the better weight, because I kind of don't want to deal a 1 against them. Like, call me crazy, I don't want to take that. Yeah. Weird. Well, it's 1,000 points, if we can get it. What are we looking out for from this guy, though? You know, the other way was probably better. I probably should have discarded the 5. But this is fine. 1,000 points, progress the deal, try to hit Toyman. Let's do it. We have a plan. Just spike him with a dealer gun. If they Riichi, that's going to be my chance to play aggressively. If they discard right here, maybe not, but we would love to pair this Dora, though. Yeah, but I really don't know why my stream isn't updating. For the record, we are currently 1, 2, 1, and 0 with our game count. Because that, what am I doing? Because that clearly isn't updating. Lulling Toyman into a false sense of security. It's the tactic. It's the way to go. Look away for a second and come back. Squirrel. You know. What does that do? I don't think that does anything. Yeah. Like, I want to get Tanya here. Because Tanya will be easier to spike into Toyman. So that's the discard that moves us towards that. That's a draw that moves us towards that. We'll take pawns here. By pawns, I mean a single pawn. We'll take cheese here too. Yeah, I think this is just the way to go. These discards, though. Maybe we're just going for Nagashi. You never know. Okay, we can't get Nagashi anymore. Unfortunately, online play does not allow open-handed Nagashi. My club does, but you know, I don't think it's very common. My club does because I set the rules. I put it in the bylaws that I get to set the rules. It's great. When you write the bylaws, you can do whatever you want. Okay, that's an improvement. We are still at the win off anyone point, though. Like, we're okay with busting player to our left here and just going next. All right, so the 2 pins are dead. So the 3s and 5s, well, the 3s are better, the 5s are not. The 5s are worse in this situation. Reason being, there's no 2s to pair with them, and we don't see any of the 3s, except for a couple in our hand. So people are more likely to have used them. We take the safer discard here, which is the 2 that passed a couple turns ago. God, if 2 players are temp high, and this player isn't one of them, then the game ends. Oh, they're going for it, though. Okay, they did make it. Didn't really do anything, kind of treading water, but we didn't lose ground either. Okay, so we're on the potential Toi Toi right now. In some worlds, this turns into Sanshoku Doko. Not this one, mind you. But some worlds. And I would love to be proven wrong here. This 1-2 is a little bit awkward, but not so much so that I want to discard it yet. We got some shapes that need improvement though, so it's the next to go. Okay. That's a more hopeful okay right there. So player on our left probably has at least one south. Realized I needed to get that out of my hand sooner rather than later. Reach into 3-mon. So this is a player that's been silent for a while now. Okay, 3-mon's a good draw there. I'm okay with taking the safe tile. Yeah, we're just playing safe here. Dealing into this hand is the easiest way for me to lose second. I don't think it's likely enough that we get out into first to push. Because even if they sumo a Hanuman here, we're still ahead. And they hit the right person. Okay, not for much though. Like, it's not out of reach now, but it's still very hard. How do we catch up here? So, by drawing all of the birds. That's the way to do it. Okay, so we've got the Dora now. Chitoi, Sumo, Riichi. Doratu, Uratu? Like, it's not impossible. We only have 3 pairs right now, though. If we're going to go for that sort of thing, we need to start drawing more. And I don't ask for that often. But this is one situation where that could be the hand that wins us the game. Or maybe some kind of flush. Menhon Dora-san. Riichi Sumo. Okay, got it. Have a plan once again. Okay, that plan just got shattered. Yeah, no, we have no plans. I've been lying to you, chat. I'm sorry. If you want to hear me lie to you more, press the subscribe button. That's the best ad ever, right? I know. I thought of it myself. Okay. Oh, jeez. If I'm looking for pairs, though, I definitely went the wrong way. But who could know, right? Like, that's... whatever. If they lose any ground on us whatsoever, on their dealership, I can sumo a Hanuman. So that's a potential. It's one way we could come back. We are close to Tenpai, but unfortunately my hand is trash. As far as value goes, anyway. So let's try and build some here. See if we can get this Ipe go. This door is just about dead. Yeah, we need to look at safety. In order to gain ground on them, we need to not lose ground by dealing in. So we do this here. It's a little bit weird. My pair is going to be the Tumon, and we're going for K10. That made the 9 a lot safer, at least. That's nice of them. Ugh. These draws, though, they've been something else. God, they're even conning. Like, okay. So we have a new pair. Broke up with our old pair. That is some amount of ground they've lost. That does qualify. Wait, what? Oh, they weren't dealer yet. What am I talking about? Alright, and we got the Dora again. Ah, but we're in a situation where Sumo Hanuman doesn't end the game. Interesting. 2, 3, 4, Sanshoku, Dora. Reach Sumo Pinfill. Excuse me? Is that actually happening here? If we draw the 5 pin, we're just reaching. Best if we draw the Aka 5 pin. Reach Epot's Sumo Door 3. Oh, sorry. Don't need the Epot's Pinfill. Yeah. Like, I like this configuration right now. Because it accepts the Sanshoku tiles while maintaining Ishanten. But we have to take the Pinfu here. It's not really an option. I kind of want to go the safer route and discard the 4 pin. But I want to be able to accept the extra Dora. Four pin is safe against 2 players too. The 3 wants back into the hand. Someone let it in. Oh wait, that's my decision, isn't it? Oh jeez. These draws though. The 8s are dying, the 5s are dying. Not that 5. We just found another Dora. So this could easily be a Hanuman. Reach Pinfu Door 3 right now. This isn't a safe discard, but I'm going to play a little bit risky for this. I think it's worth it. I would just love any Senpai here. As far as the risky discards go, that's one of them. So is that because they look like they could be on a Honitsu. And that's adjacent to Dora. But like I said, we are playing this one pretty aggressively. This is a hand that could potentially overtake, but we need it soon. Soon being there's 7 tiles in the wall. Yeah, it's probably not happening. We probably K10 here. If we can. So if someone discards the Dora, we pawn it, I guess. Nope. Cannot find a thing. That's fine. Well, we're back onto the how do we win this game plan. Sanshoku Dora. Chanta? If you squint real hard, it makes sense. You're squinting a little bit less now, though. Let's go ahead and commit. Like, we're not losing much by doing this, I don't think. I don't think we're really at risk of player on our left catching up anytime soon. So we commit, and we keep this around for the Chanta. Not great. I will cut these 4s, though. Yeah. We're not drawing the best tiles here, which, when you're going for this kind of hand, kind of hard to. I probably should Chia 1 pin if another one comes out. I have to open Sanshoku Dora Chanta. Yeah, no, it's not enough. We should be at least a little careful, because player on our right could Dama a Mangun here and kick us out of the game. So we probably need to play a bit more for efficiency here. Okay. Yeah, this hand has outs, but not outs that are going to push into this. Yeah. Go next. Maybe Toyman will push in an ill-advised manner, and we'll get lucky. You never know. It's one thing that could happen. Okay. We're now a little bit more concerned about this player catching up. Because that is much closer to us than we wanted to be. Okay. That is speed. I am speed. They are also speed. God. We have to assume we're getting the tune here and build the hand accordingly. So we discard the 7 pin next. No, discard the 1-2 pin next. Yeah. Speed. Like, this is a situation where you run it down for 1 on hand. Because my shapes are terrible. I need to open up. Defense doesn't really matter too much. We don't really have the chance to fold, because if we do, then player on our left is going to overtake. So we gotta keep going. Gotta keep pushing. Ideally have to draw better tiles here. Hey Chico, how are you? Okay, so we can do this here. Keeps the same number of efficient tiles around the 7s while opening up the 4 cell. Okay. So I think that's the discard here. We are fighting for this second. Okay. Deal. All right, we'll take the second here. We are so close to Joukyuu. That brings our record for right now. Wait, it is updating now? That's so weird. Sorry. ADHD. You know how it is. That brings our record up to 1, 3, and 1. Do we play one more? Like, people just came into the stream, right? We got to do one more. We got to see if we hit Joukyuu here. We'll do one more. Yep. So last game of the night right here. Hello, Uncle Wyan. Oh, Uncle Wyan. I see. That took me entirely too long. I mean, this is just a bad Honitsu. So that's the option we're going to take. Yep, force the bad Honitsu. See how it goes. Yeah, we are 1 Rentai away from Joukyuu. First queue. Our wins are kind of dying here. I probably shouldn't have dropped Aura just yet. That's a bit early. Congratulations. You're getting started fast. Who are you playing with? Is it like friends in real life, or did you find a group to play with? Like a group being like a club or something, that is. Discard the non-Yakuhai first. We discard the green dragon last, because this is a lot of green tiles, incidentally. Okay. Like, so there's a lot of people that show up to our local club having never touched tiles before. So don't worry about it too much if that's what's holding you back. But could this actually be the Ryuiso? How does that happen? So we need to get another 6. We chi the 2, so pawn the 4. No, it wouldn't be a pawn at that point. Like we need to draw 6, 8, something. Yeah, that makes it a lot harder. Like this is just Chinitsu now. So we will call some number of tiles, but I'm having problems parsing this one. Oh, fair enough. That's a rough one. Sorry to hear that. That's sad. Like, look at this hand. Okay. Yep. Not quite a light. Oh, absolutely. I love playing with the tiles. Yeah, if you can find like board game groups or something, there usually are at least a few people who'd be interested in trying it. But with the tiny island thing, that might not be the case. So, what's affordable to you? Like, what's a budget that you're looking for? Yeah, basically. Which I assume that's what they've been doing. Yeah, a week's pretty early to try to learn. We were bungling so much. I learned back in high school from someone who had watched Akagi. Oh no, you can get a decent set for that light. That's no problem. Yellow Mountain sets aren't bad. But yeah, we were learning in high school and we were so bad, like trying to figure out the rules and strategies and everything. And it was a good time though. Yeah, Yellow Mountain, exactly. Yellow Mountain is so much better than they used to be. I have one of the early Yellow Mountain sets too. It's not great, but the newer ones, they're a lot better. Yeah, that's one thing that they're pretty unique about. Can I not discard this 3? Is that the position we're in right now? It might be. Like, it doesn't look like it should be a Honitsu or Chinitsu, but it could be. Huh. Interesting. No one else seems concerned by it, though. I would risk it. Yeah. Okay. So, our hand, though, it did just pick up the potential corner case upgrade to Tanyao. Tanyao door 2. But I would need to find a new pair if I did that. Yeah. I mean, just going to Japan isn't necessarily enough to get a good set nowadays. The one that I have, my best set, it is very hard to find. I want to call this. I'm going to. This is risky. I wouldn't recommend this, but I think it's worth a shot. Oh, nice. Yeah, so like there's a couple sets that are known to Western people like me. And beyond that, even in Japan, there aren't that many people, companies that sell good sets, right? Like everything manufacturing nowadays is geared towards bottom dollar, honestly, as someone who works in manufacturing. Oh, sorry to hear that. But with everything being geared towards bottom dollar, it's tough to find like really top end sets, no matter where you are. That's a pair. It helps a lot. Now we need the 4. This 4 here. We'll take any tempai here. This 9 is not safe at all. This could deal into a Mungun. But I'm going to risk it here. Okay. Yeah, the pawn of the west into discard 7 pin is very suspicious. The hang on that, though. Okay. Don't hurt me. There are 3 4s left. I only need one of them, and not that one. I'm going to risk that one. Okay. Like, it's not safe against them. It didn't look terrible, but definitely not safe. But with 2 Dora here, it's worth it to push. Yeah, okay. One of them there, unfortunately. One of them there. Yeah. Okay. This might be the first time I've ever seen this. All players at 2-2-2. Except for one, of course. And then again, as I say that, it's probably not the first time at all. And I'll probably forget this time happened by the time the next one does. This what, Sumo $700, Sumo $2,000? I've probably run into that before. So we are in a decent spot with this hand. One Dora, potential Tanyao. So it's funny you say that. I'm actually wearing one right here. If I can properly hold things up. Where someone did exactly that. They had, this is an old wooden set, and you probably can't see it too well. Let me move up a little bit here for you. So this is the one of bamboo. But yeah, it's actually pretty nice. Hopefully you could see that. Let's see. So this is the point where we might be able to switch to Tanyao. So we have to keep an eye out for it in case we see opportunities. It requires a 6-pin, it requires connecting a floating tile. Hey, absolutely. Everyone's got to have a hobby. I've never been exactly crafty. I'm more of an engineer than a crafter. But like I do 3D printing on the side and that sort of thing. It's actually a project I should probably be working on, but I've got a few months on it still. But I need to do design, which is not my strong suit. Yeah, fair enough. That's the 6 I need. Okay. So I was right to hold on to that 7 at least. That's something. Alright, and now we are tied for last with no name. But it's only East 2. So we've got time. Ooh, that's not bad. Could use some help. Could integrate this Dora, get the other East. But there's some potential here. Oh, it doesn't even take hands that big. Come on. We can win without that. Oh, absolutely. One of the moderators in my Discord, I was playing a game with him that was totally not gambling. You know, we'd never do anything that irresponsible. But he like got distracted after I Riichi'd. I managed to Riichi Sumo, or was it Depots? No, just Riichi Sumo, Chitoi, Dora 2, Ura 2. So by the time he turned back, it was just, you know, hey, you owe me 8,000 points, as does everybody else. Those are the fun, sneaky Chitoys. All right, so our target for this game is 2nd place. Yeah, there's a Discord. I think it's down in the description for the video if you want to join in. I think I put it down there. If I didn't, let me know. No worries. Yeah, it's relatively new. We've been around for what, maybe a year now? Yeah, the epic music is nice. I just play mine in real life. Okay. So that's fine here, as long as we don't deal in. I would love to get this East, though. God, it's going to be hard to integrate the Dora here. It's not a bad idea. I've got, like, smart speakers set up around my house, so I just use those. But they got some volume, so let me tell you. I mean, if you're going for novelty ones, sure. I was talking about normal mahjong sets. Like, you know, ones you actually want to play with. Now, if you want to go super expensive, there's like a gold-plated one. Just get that one. Well, if you're interested in that sort of thing, you can actually get custom sets. I can't remember where from, but you can like customize the printing and everything for it. So that might be something to look into. Okay, that's finally a productive draw. So let's deal in. No, it didn't. Surprising. I think they're technically Singaporean mahjong sets, but once you're customizing, it's whatever, right? Safe tiles. Let's discard safer here. This does force us to integrate the Dora, force us to get the east at some point. Sort of. Maybe not. No. I don't like it. I was looking at options for how we could integrate this some other way. Oh. That probably makes it worth it. Let's do it. That's good. Yeah, there's a lot to defensive play to learn. Ah, okay. Worth a shot. Yep, we had to take the tempi there. Oh yeah, no, if you can get seconds across the board, you're going to do great online. Online is a very different game from tournament games, though. So we definitely go Tanyao here. Because that 9 does nothing for us. The only thing left is the Chun, which, whatever. So this shape's a bit awkward. That shape just got completed. That's a beautiful shape now. So this might be how we get out of this shape here. Yeah. Like, depending on your client, it might not quite be enough, but yeah, it is very helpful. Yeah. I'm discarding the 2 here instead of the 4 because I want to be able to upgrade my shapes. If I discard the 4, it kind of just treads water a little bit. There we go. That's an upgrade. So now we can cut these. Potential 5, 6, 7 Sanshoku, but I'd have to discard Dora. I guess I wouldn't have to. I can get the 3. Okay, yeah. Tanyao Sanshoku Dora. It's not actually good. So let's cut that. We'll keep the safe tile back for a minute. Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So one that is kind of a giveaway. Let's go for it. One that is kind of a giveaway is whether or not they actually use green on the tile. So authentic, I don't know if that's the right word or not. Traditional, there we go. Japanese tiles don't use green ink. Traditional style ones anyway. So you can see these. This is not actually green like it is in the Mahjong Soul. Green is the Chinese Mahjong tiles. I got into a discussion one time with someone, and he was insisting that his tiles were green. I was like, well, I don't know where he got them, whatever. The thing before I said tile. Green tile, maybe? Yeah, green. So no green whatsoever. So, excuse me. Okay. So these tiles here, they're black, right? A little bit of red, but mostly black. A little bit of blue. Yeah, that's how you know it's a traditional Japanese set. But this guy was insistent that his set had green until we went over there to look at his set, and turns out it had no green whatsoever. He had fooled himself into thinking it was green from playing too much Mahjong Soul. I do know someone that had a Japanese set, stripped the ink out of them, and made them green. That's a bit excessive for me. But I'm too used to the traditional set style at this point. Like, I'm even playing on this client instead of Mahjong Soul, right? It's mainly because, you know, I don't really like a lot of the graphics, and games here are a lot faster. But the right tiles is also a good bit of it. That 6 should be fairly safe. Yeah. It was Nakasuji against them, and they're the person I'm mainly concerned about. Any 5/8 pin. Any at all. No? Okay. Fair enough. Have a nice day. The 8 looks pretty safe, I think. Might not be against these two, but I'm having a hard time reading their hands right now. Okay, can we get the Haite? That's the question. Probably not. Yeah. Okay. Why that tile? I feel like they could have switched their weight up there at some point to something better. Oh well. We're in last, but the game can't end right now, so that's okay. Do we push this one hard? I'm a little doubtful. I kind of want to pair another honor before I really go all in on this hand. So I probably pass the first white dragon. Maybe the second, with how this hand is looking. We'll see. We'll see what suits my fancy at any given time. Oh, that's a great draw. Sure. So that goes a long way towards completing this hand. And that hurts a lot. Yeah, now I think we have to take it. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, not the best draws right now, though. I gotta get this 3-mon. That's the hard one. One's cut already. I could snap it off someone who finds a door and tries to upgrade. That's not necessarily easy. Perfect. That's exactly what you're looking for. If you want to, you could learn the 3-player online too. It might actually be a little bit easier to teach, which could be a benefit in that sort of situation. Just a little bit too slow. Okay. Well, that basically does nothing to our position. We're in exactly the same position we were before the start of the last hand. Oh, really? Do kids not play with Legos nowadays? Am I showing my age? Enough can be said about novelty, right? Like, you're playing this game with these tiles. It's kind of weird. So maybe they'd be interested, but you definitely know your nephews better than I do. Unless we have some weird relationship that neither of us are aware of yet. But I don't know anyone that lives on a tiny island, so probably not. We're going to play safe here. Fair enough. Sumo's really not what we wanted to see there, especially not that tile. Dear Lord. Alright, our target is definitely second this game. The good news there is that if our target's second, them being this far ahead doesn't hurt us. We just need to make it up to the deficit of this player. That one discard was wrong. I should have kept that around for the potential Sanshoku. Yeah, that's always tough. Practice is dumb. I wish I could get good at things without practicing, too. Excuse me. So we're in kind of a weird situation right now where we could get the 6, 7, 8 Sanshoku. We'd have to discard a door to do it. That's not bad, though. Let's go ahead and cut this off. Ideally, we find a pair other than these 3s because that's a better shape than a shape like this one here. Yeah, it can be. I did a thing where I played like 120 games in 1 month, so I don't really get stressed anymore. Frustrated sometimes, sure, but not stressed, really. Like this, like, discard both of the wrong pairs. But is what it is. Oh, no way. There's no way you played 40 games. I would be surprised if you got 10 in. Jeez. Oh yeah, when I go to tournaments nowadays, we start the tournament at like 9 or 10 o'clock, and I'm playing till 2 a.m. It's kind of crazy. Oh, fair enough. Yeah, I guess if you have all day, you might have. I was assuming by when you said last night, it was after work or something. God, retirement is not going to be good to me. My sleep schedule is going to be terrible. Luckily, I'm a couple years off that unless I hit the lottery. Which, you know, if that happened, that would solve a lot of problems anyway. Could just sit here and devote my life to my YouTube channel. Yeah, absolutely. Logs are easily one of the best parts of online mahjong. I mean, go this way for the pinfill. Oh, go that way for the deal-in. Really? I really don't want to end on a loss. It's okay. It's only East 4. We have time. Ah, yeah, fair enough. This is a pretty decent hand, though. Pretty good shapes. One Dora that's already on a Tatsu. Tatsu? Shunsu? I can't remember. I should brush up on my terminology at some point. There's a Shutsu. Oh, Lord. If my moderators listen to me talk about this, I'm never going to hear the end of it. Okay, Tatsu. That's the word. Oh, that's unfortunate. Like, we're going to have to push against this. Probably. Strange pawn. Yeah, fair enough. So, what do we do with this hand? Nothing. Nothing is what we do with this hand. Oh, they've reached that? But that could be a concealed Junchan. I mean, I guess it's 12,000. It's fine. But it could be a concealed Junchan. Oh, it's going to be so hard to overtake now. There's 4 pairs here. That's something. Perfect. Yeah, I've never touched the Yakuza games. I'm very weird about games nowadays. I've tended towards a lot of like indie roguelikes and that sort of thing. I think this is the hand we need to win. So it's Chi Toy probably. If we like draw an Anko, maybe not. Oh, come on, Chi Toy. Don't do this to me. Not like this. Nice. I might have wanted to hold on to that. Yeah. So we have to keep that one because that one's Dora. And that's one of the ways we catch up. If we pair the Dora here, we Riichi waiting on the green dragon. Well, I think we still take the Dora wait. Come on, Sumo. Yeah. It's crazy what, like, typecasting and everything will do to your perception of celebrities. Oh, if I deal in here, this is not going to be good. Like, neither of these two players are going to discard Dora. So I really, really want to draw myself. That'd be perfect. Because that's a Hanuman that gets me right back into this game. If we have to run, we will. It's not ideal. But it's the right direction, at least. I can hear my kitty coming again. She's the most adorable kitty. Hello, Dragon Snap. You were not the kitty I was talking about, but you are also now here. Welcome. Hello. She might be being shy right now. Yeah, she wants like little pets. I would love to just draw this tile. We're in such a deficit right now. Maybe. Oh, wow. Okay, just a pawn. I'll take that. Hello. Welcome. Oh, I have me covered too. She's not gonna like this. Hello, kitty. How are you? I'm like the one person that she will tolerate picking her up. Yes, you're a good kitty. She's a good kitty when she's not beating the crap out of her brother. Half the time he's instigating, half the time she is, but it's all her fault. Because she beat the crap out of him when he was a baby. So, yes. No sitting on the keyboard. You know the rules. I will lift you up again. No. She's incorrigible, though. I really should just, like, move this keyboard back, and then we're good to go, because I don't need it right now. Okay. Now you can lay down wherever you want. Oh, now you run away. I see how it is. Oh, she's such a good kitty. It was kind of adorable. She was socialized weird. Like, she would like being around people. She always wanted to be involved. But she never wanted to be touched. It's one of those weird things. She's still very hand shy sometimes. You have to be gentle with her. But, like, when I had friends over, she'd sit on the couch with friends and not really do anything. If anyone reached out to touch her, she's gone. But she's there. That's the important part. See if we can get this other chi toy here. This is Tenho. So this is like one of the originals. I like it because of how stripped down it is. So that's disturbing. So like you get so much more Mahjong in than on the modern clients. Like if I deal into a Yakuman here or whatever, okay. Yeah, Tenho spelled just like the Yakuman. There have been a few people in my Discord talking about it recently. Presumably because I've been playing it. But I mean, this is browser-based, Ryan. Like, it will work, typically. Just go to tenho.net, and that's it. That's all there is to it. There is also an app for it, surprisingly. Tenho. Let me spell it for you in just a moment. That one. There you go. So there is an app, like I said. If for whatever reason it doesn't work on your computer. Feeding the flush here. Yep, okay. But yeah, it's a little bit fast-paced for beginners. Like, it was so hard to learn to play on this back when I first started playing. But I'm here now. I made it. And now it's just easily my favorite client. I can still hear my cat complaining. I don't know if you guys can or not, but... Well... Didn't come here to not Riichi Tenpai. Keeping the 7 because it looks like a flush on my right. Don't want to discard into it. And we can Ippat Sumo. Oh, that's beautiful. That is exactly what we needed. Okay. We are back in this. Let's do this. Wow, that evened everything up. Okay. That's amazing. On PC with the desktop client, I believe it is possible to customize sounds. I never got into it, but I think it's doable. Oh, geez, that cheat toy. Whew. All right. Let's keep it going. Wait, that's Tenpai? How did I miss that? I missed that it was that close. I was looking at the Tanyao chances and it's like, oh, I need to discard the 2 9s. Wow. I probably would have realized it right here, but still. 5-8 mon for Riichi Dora to take second at least, if we get it. Yeah, I'm not sure if it does or not. If you can read Japanese, though, I'm sure they say one way or the other on their site. But yeah, Tenho is maintained by like one person still, if I remember correctly. It's the same person who wrote it originally. So like if you ever need something, like if you get, if you want to buy a t-shirt or whatever, you can get a special patch on it if you've reached the highest room on here. But in order to do so, you just have to email him directly. So it's this weird little thing that like, it's just very, what's the word? Quaint, I guess? Nice. Does that put us in first? It does. Tied for first. Oh no, it does in first. Okay. We are coming back, baby. Like, I hadn't written this game off, but we were not in a good position. Wow. Okay. Yeah, it's like I haven't gotten that high yet. That's one of the reasons I'm starting this account, to see if I can get up there. I honestly don't know if they do the shirts anymore. They used to. It was all the rage for a little while, but we'll see. Oh, nice. For a week, that's pretty good. Like, I know you've been playing a lot and everything, but still. Sounds like it might be a good game for you. But right now, what I'm playing in is the lowest room on this client. And it is leagues above where Mahjong Soul's bronze room is. I'll say that. Nice. Yeah. No, there's a lot of people who are playing for the first time in bronze room on Mahjong Soul. There's not much in the way of tactics there. So like basic tile efficiency, being good at rummy games basically will get you out of there. So you've passed that bar. So now it's just all the rest of the bars. Yeah, I'd say that like High Saint is probably similar to the top level room on here. Yeah, absolutely. Once you get a few games under your belt and everything, also look up Riichi Book 1 if you haven't. It's a pretty good book to just keep going with everything, basically. If I can chi a Forso, I will. Here. Well, all right, we can give this one up. Oh, wow. Okay. So you're going all in then. That's awesome. You'll probably be better than me in a few years. We have a player around here. He's from Japan. He works for Honda. Came over for that. But he happened to go to a tournament at this one pro organization's dojo. And the head of the organization, who is a top 3 player in the world, happened to notice him playing, took interest, and gives him free lessons. Like, learning to play in Japan is so different from the US. They don't understand the struggle. I need to learn Japanese at some point, though. All right, so this is a good hand. I want to keep it closed, but I've got to watch pace. Because second is fine, right? I'm okay with second. Because second ranks me up here. Nice. Like top 1%, I'm not sure what level that is. Is he like a pro? Did he say if he plays an M League or anything, or that sort of thing? Oh, you'd be surprised. Anyone can teach newer players, I think. Yeah. Like, I'm not saying if he's not a pro, don't learn from him, right? Like, it's fine. Anyone who's offering that service from Japan is probably going to be a pretty good teacher. We are going to open this, I think. Yeah. Especially since the 6-9 is dying here, it's going to be a lot harder to keep this hand closed. So let's push it. I hate this game sometimes. Just so you know, this is what you're getting yourself into. This is what you're setting yourself up for. It never stops. It never goes away. God, so it could be 10 pi right now. Or we could have dealt in here. It's possible. I was going to say I don't think they're 10 pi yet, but it looks like I might be wrong. Like, it looks like it could be a flush. It looks heavily like it could be a flush. It's scary. I don't know where I got... No, whatever. Like, what do I do with this? What am I supposed to do here? Is this not dealing in? Oh, wow. I expected that to deal in. Also, this is probably a mistake. I probably should have discarded the 2. But it is what it is. It only matters on another upgrade if I get the 5-pin here. These pairs are all going to be taunting me now.
Home.
Oh, John Tama. Okay. Yeah, that's fair. I think that one's very common over in Japan, if I remember correctly. John Tama. Let me look that up again. It's been a minute.
Home. Dong.
Oh, wow. Okay. That doesn't change my position in the game much. It's marginal. This hand's pretty quick, potentially.
Home.
Now, I recognize the name, but I can't find it offhand. Okay. Yeah. It's a good way to start. I do some teaching myself as well. When I have time. That's the main constraint right now. I don't think I'm supposed to Riichi this. I think we keep this. We try to upgrade. I think. Or at least get a better pair weight. Fair enough. Yeah, I've done a couple like videos of Paifu, which is just game review. Yeah, absolutely. The key is finding what learning method works for you. As I'm sure you know. What would we reach on here? That's not a better weight. That's how they get you. I made this YouTube channel on a whim, and now I'm like, I show up super quickly if you search for Riichi Mahjong strategy. Now, I made this channel because one person from Oklahoma said that if I made a channel, he would watch it. And that was enough for me. I went for it. Here I am. 3,700 something subscribers. Even better, some guy from Oklahoma that I had never met before that tournament that I met him at is what got me to actually pull the trigger and make a YouTube channel. Exactly. Yeah. I used to stream on Twitch for a different game, but that's far and away. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. That was kind of what inspired me to do all of it, because I didn't have many to work from when I first started, and the ones that were around were very monotonous. Like, obviously, it's what we were working with as a community right now. Or, sorry, not right now. Back then. But I knew I could do better, right? Like, I like the style, probably because of my ADHD, of the small chunks, right? That's why I always try to do my videos with. Obviously, streaming, Paifu, those are a little bit different. But if I'm talking about a topic, do that topic, cover it, done. That's it. It does make it kind of sporadic. Like, I don't have some comprehensive guide for how to get better at Mahjong or anything. But I'm probably targeted towards like intermediate players that are trying to get better and that sort of thing. Awesome. Yeah, fair enough. I need to learn Japanese at some point, and I've been saying this for years. But someday. So as long as I don't deal in here, I rank up That's where I'm at. I should just be high priority. I should be folding right now. There's no reason for me not to. Right?
Boom.
Right. So how do we do that? We go for Chanta. You know, that's totally folding, right? Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, goals that you set for yourself have a way of getting away from you sometimes. It is what it is. Right now I have a goal of posting more videos on my channel, and we can see how that's been going. Yes and no. So if you're trying to learn from Japanese resources and everything, then it will absolutely be a good one to get you back into it. If you're trying to learn Mahjong terms, it absolutely is not. Almost all of the Mahjong terms are completely made up and borrowed from Chinese. But yeah, for communication and for reading and that sort of thing, absolutely, it's going to be a good resource for you. Or good reason, good motivation, that's the word.
Boom.
Oh, come on, give us that 9. Not that 9, the other 9. 9 pin, please. It looks so good. There are 3 8s right there. That sounds like a target to me. I will say, I'll caution you this right now. If you go to a Jeonso, a parlor that they play Mahjong at, you can get turned away for not being native to Japan.
Dong.
Like, it happens entirely too much, in my opinion. Not that I've ever experienced it, but they're very closed off about foreigners coming in, mainly because of, table etiquette, lots of just basic things that foreigners lack. Awesome. So this is another hand where we could open and go whole hog. It seems reasonable too. Just don't give other people time to get something that could hit me. Well, that's a great draw. So I will absolutely pawn one of these if I can. I'd probably even chi one of the ones after, because then the pair would be pretty safe if I ever need to fold. So that would be fine.
Eat.
Or that could happen. Huh. Like, what do I do here? I'm completely fine with them just winning anything here. So I just fold? Seems that way. I don't see a reason not to fold here. I've got a ton of tiles on the safer side. That's a Kabe on the 3s. I could probably even deal in, but that gets weird. We'll take that first. Was that not safe? Is that what's happening? No, okay. Like, okay. Yeah, we're just full folding here. Who am I kidding? Oh, yeah. Yep, fair enough. Those are probably the ones the government tries to shut down. Kenko Mahjong. Oh, beautiful. I didn't deal in with that. Okay. And that's the game. Looks like we get a rank up screen right here. First queue it is. That was the target for the stream, and we have achieved it. If you're interested in, practicing your Japanese, this basically says, hey, you're awesome. Your skill is better than where you were at, so we're giving you this rank. That's a direct translation, by the way. Okay. So next time we will be moving up to this room. That room? No. That room. That's the room we'll be playing in next time. So with that, I will be calling it a night. If you haven't yet, feel free to subscribe. You know, I try to post strategy videos sometimes, as we talked about, but been doing a lot of streaming recently. So there's also a Discord link down in the description. Sorry, Esper. But there's also a Discord link down in the description. And if you want to join our community, feel free to join in there. But I do have to call it a night. So everyone have a good night, and I will see you guys next week.